Good afternoon, Farmington. I'm Virginia Risto.
And I'm Lucas Scheuer.
We have an awesome show for you today, and it's the last show before Halloween. How do you like to celebrate Halloween, Lucas?
Well, even though I'm a sophomore this year, every year I've gone trick-or-treating.
Yeah, same. As a senior, I still go trick-or-treating.
What are you going to be dressing up as this year?
Nothing special. I'm thinking of probably just wearing like a unicorn mask.
I was thinking like one of those like classic purge masks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, thought that'd be fun.
Uh,
Jackson is in the studio with our Coach of the Year. Here's Jackson with more.
So I'm here with the Farmington Baseball Coach of the Year and state champion, Mr. Graff.
Thank you for having me, Jackson.
And I got 7 questions to ask him today, so let's get into this. So the first question is, when did you start to get into baseball?
I think like a lot of kids, I probably got involved in baseball when I was t-ball, probably 6, 7 years old. And then I started coaching it actually when I was 15. It was my first job. I was coaching a K-8 program down in Northfield.
How many years have you been coaching baseball?
I suppose now, going back to when I was 15, must be about 32 years now. 32 years I've been coaching baseball, 25 in the district.
Nice. What are your expectations for the baseball team this upcoming year?
You know what? I tell you what, our expectations are as high as ever. Obviously, we won state last year.
Yep.
And we're returning I think 8 guys that got into that state game and 10 guys that were on the roster.
Nice.
So we've got a lot of experience coming back, and then we've got a lot of guys that are, going to look to try to win a spot and get some time and stuff like that. So I think we've got the pitching defense is going to be tough for us, and if we can put up some runs, we're going to have a pretty stacked team again this year, I think. So we're hoping to make a run at state again.
How many players that you coached went D1 or got drafted into the MLB?
Well, we're still waiting for the first draft of Major League Baseball. That'd be awesome if somebody could do that, Hopefully maybe there's somebody on the team this year that will or something. But right now we've had 2 players sign D1.
Nice.
We had a couple other kids that have gone to St. Thomas when they were D3, and now they're D1 baseball program. So, we probably got 4 kids that have played D1, a bunch that are playing D2, and then, there's a lot of good baseball at D3 baseball as well. And actually, this year, we've already had 7 kids commit to playing college for next year. And I think by the time it's all said and done, we might have like 10 kids from our team playing next year in college.
Nice. So what did you do, or what do you do in your downtime when you're not coaching?
I suppose when I'm not coaching baseball, weekends and summers and stuff, I'm coaching softball. I actually coach your sister and her friends and stuff for the TC Blitz and stuff. So my daughter plays on that team. Shout out to the Blitz. And so, that keeps me busy. And so, but besides that, I listen to a lot of podcasts, do some reading, try to stay as up to date on the new, techniques and drills and just kind of things like that. So just try to enjoy the things I do.
So let's see, what was your immediate reaction to the final out of the championship this past summer?
Well, I tell you what, it was a sigh of relief because we had a pretty big lead going into that last inning, and you got to hand it to Park. They did a great job, making a little comeback there and putting up 4 runs. They had the tying run on first base, and we just had a tough time getting that last out. But it was great because as soon as that ball was hitting the air to right field, I knew that weed was camped under it and that was going to be the last one. And once he caught that, to see all the guys go out and pile on top of each other, definitely an experience I'll never forget. I kind of said, besides the birth of my kids and the marriage, my marriage and stuff, winning that state championship ranks right up there with those. So a close third to those things.
So next question. The final question is, what's your Halloween costume this year?
That's a good question, actually, Jackson. I tell you what, to be honest, I don't think I've thought that far ahead. Kind of been busy here. We're getting ready to go on I'm trying to organize our spring break trip for baseball we take down to Florida, so I've been putting a lot of time into that. I guess I've got a couple days left to, get dressed up and make sure I have enough candy for the trick-or-treaters that come around our house, though, that's for sure.
So that is all for our interview. We'll send it back to the desk now. Thank you, Coach Graff.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Graff, for coming in, and thanks to the hardworking companies like SpaceX, space tourism is well on its way to becoming a reality. Now, California-based Orbital Assembly Corporation envisions a chance for galactic visitors to extend their out-of-the-world experience by checking into a luxurious hotel in low Earth orbit. The team is currently building modules for a smaller prototype ring. The modules will be assembled in zero gravity using semi-automatic robotic tools made for the purpose. Once completed, OAC engineers will attempt to create artificial gravity similar to what Mars has, about 40% that of Earth. Even if the prototype is widely successful, transporting the VSS modules to space will cost tens of billions of dollars. However, OAC, which expects to charge $5 million per person for each 3-day stay, is confident they will recoup the expense.
Video Production 1 just wrapped up another video project in class. Students worked in groups to brainstorm a public service announcement that would inform the public to take action with a concept. We'll be right back.
Hey, you want to go to the bathroom and vape?
Oh no, isn't that bad for you?
No, man, it makes you cool. Don't vape.
Have you seen these little orange boxes in your classroom or around the school? FCC-LA is helping children around the world to get measles vaccines, clean water, and proper nutrition. So make sure to keep your eyes out for these boxes, and please donate any spare change if you're able. Thanks for your help.
Have you ever looked at a spider and thought that it was scary? Apparently, so have they. If you're not fond of spiders, you may find kindred spirits in other spiders. Researcher Daniela Rosler worked with jumping spiders, aka the cutest of spiders, and found that they know to get away from the presence of other possible predator spiders, even if they've never encountered them before.
The weather is not the best for spiders, sadly, but Jaden is here with our weather forecast for this week. Jaden?
Thank you. Today, there's rain with a high of 56 and a low of 43. Thursday, there's going to be rain likely with a high of 50 and a low of 42. Friday, it's going to be partly sunny with a high of 54 and a low of 34. Now for my brain teasers. Lucas, what do you call a skeleton that makes you laugh and giggle when you're sad?
Laughs and giggles when you're sad. Funny bone?
Correct. Virginia, I am a body with a leg, one arm, and a head, but I look like I am bare. What am I?
You look like you're what?
Bare.
Like empty? Bare?
No, like B-A-R-E, like without covering, I guess.
No clue.
A skeleton.
Okay.
Double skeletons.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
What's your favorite type of candy, Lucas?
I'm gonna have to go with Reese's Pieces, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, or Twix.
I would probably have to go with Snickers because I don't know.
Just Snickers?
Yeah.
Pretty tasty candy.
Today, most people give out candy to trick-or-treaters. That was not the case in the mid-20th century. Kids also received fruits, coins, and even small toys. In the 1950s, candy companies tried to capitalize on the growing popularity of trick-or-treating by offering small, individually wrapped confections. Though that helped increase sales, candy did not become the dominant treat until the 1970s, after parents began fearing accepting anything unwrapped. Today, over 600 million pounds, about 24 pounds per American, of candy are sold each year on Halloween. The holiday accounts for about 10% of annual candy sales and yields manufacturers over $2.6 billion annually. A recent survey of 2,200 adults conducted by MorningConsult.com found that M&M's and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups were the confections of choice, with Kit Kats, Hershey bars, and Snickers rounding up the top 5. What inspires you?
I'm gonna have to say Tiger News. Tiger News inspires me to talk live and kind of in front of people, because we're talking to the entire school right now.
I think it really just helps, like, get out of your comfort zone.
Public speaking.
Yeah. Well, Jack Williams went around the school asking teachers who their biggest inspirations are. Let's go to him now.
I'm Jack, and today we're going to be asking teachers who their biggest inspiration is and why. Mr. Hall, who's your biggest inspiration and why?
My Uncle Rex. I spent a lot of summers on his farm in Iowa growing up. Go Hawks.
Thank you. This is Miss Simmering. Who's your biggest inspiration and why?
I have to say my parents, because they taught me everything I know, and they've always been there for me, and they taught me to never give up. Thank you.
Thank you. This is Mr. Stouffer. Who's your biggest inspiration and why?
I think what inspires me the most is watching students succeed.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you. All right, I'm here with Mr. G. Who's your biggest inspiration and why?
I'd say my biggest inspiration is Brian Wilson, because he struggles with a lot of mental health, but he also finds the opportunity to create things with his mental health problems, and also kind of like inspire others that they too can do great things even if they have some mental problems.
Thank you very much. It was really interesting hearing all those teachers' answers. I'm Jack Williams for Tiger News.
While craving sugar and being bored during the pandemic, Colin Purrington opened a box of Twinkies he bought in 2012. Upon opening the box, and like most people believing Twinkies were immortal, took a bite, then he retched. Purrington says the Twinkie tasted like old sock, not that he's ever eaten an old sock. Turns out a fungi called Cladosporium, the most common airborne fungi, got to the Twinkies before they were even wrapped. So just be careful the next time you eat an old Twinkie.
Nate took some time this week to get to know some of the people who work camera and audio, so let's check that out.
Well, it's part of the anchor's job to sound nice and to look presentable for the show. It'd be all for naught if it wasn't for the audio and camera department. This week I took some time to get to know the people behind the departments.
And I control the on-air audio so people aren't too loud or too quiet, and just so that everyone is equal and no one is overpowering one another on air.
On a normal day, I come in and I work on different things, making sure that cables are all hooked up, making sure audio's all good, ready to go for the show until we start. A lot of different things that are behind the scenes. I move around.
I do the mics, like on the soundboard. I control audio in the audio room. It can get kind of hard at times, but it's pretty fun.
And I control the sound for Avid, so every time there's a clip of like homecoming or sports, I make sure that's not too loud or quiet.
I basically do tight shots and key shots most of the time. I also use other cameras except for camera 1, which is basically the one that uses for sports or anchor number 2. I also sometimes run interview cameras.
And my job is to do 2 shots and 4 shots at the desk. Like in the middle, like I film the anchors.
Nate Campbell for Tiger News, signing off.
Ella joins us here now with sports announcements. Welcome, Ella.
Thank you. The Lady Tigers swim and dive team capped off their dual meet season last night with a 96-85 win against Lakeville North at the Dodge Middle Pool. Event winners include Faith Ring, Maddie Grimm, Anna Sperato, Summer Crosby, and Mackenzie Roach. It was also Teacher Appreciation Night, as each of the 9 seniors honored the teacher of their choice before the meet. The meet team finishes their dual meet season with an impressive 10-1 record. Championship season starts this Saturday with the JV Conference Championship at Prior Lake. Good luck, girls. The cross-country team has their section meet in Owatonna. This Thursday, it is the meet that qualifies them for state. This decides if their season will come to an end or not. 8 different teams will be competing, and the top 2 on both the boys and girls side move on to state. The girls are the first seed in sections, and a top 5 teams go in the state. And the boys are the 5th seed for the meet. It's going to be a really cold day for running. Hopefully the team can manage. Good luck, girls and boys. To football, where the Tigers, they traveled west to Wayzata, riding a 2-game winning streak. The Tigers' offense started early. Here, Connor Weed passes from shotgun formation and finds Ben Biskins, who makes a diving catch. A few plays later, Weed rolls left and hits Austin Eldine, who makes a nice move and takes the ball all the way to the 1-yard line. Next play is Rod Finley running to the end zone untouched, and the Tigers lead 8-0. Wayzata strikes back in their next possession. Hanley finds Jay Diedrich in a stride with the catch and run for a 30-yard touchdown. The Tigers lead 8-7 at halftime. The Tigers' defense kept things close in the second half. Wayzata is leading 13-8. Late in the game, the Tigers had one last drive, but their time with luck ran out as Knudsen intercepts, and Wayzata wins 20-8. The Tigers finished their regular season with 4 wins and 4 losses. The Tigers will host Forest Lake in the first round of the 6A playoffs. The kickoff is at 7 p.m. Friday at the Tiger Field. Volleyball team hosted Apple Valley on Tuesday, October 19th as their final regular game of the season. The Tigers defeated the Eagles in 3 sets of 26, 24, 25-20, and 25-23. With that, the 4A girls volleyball tournament seedings took place on Sunday, October 24th, earning them the number 7 seed, and will travel to number 2 Rochester Mayo on Friday, October 29th, 7 p.m. Good luck, girls. Girls soccer traveled to Lakeville North to play the number 1 seeded team for the 2021 3A championship. Last Tuesday, October 19th, the Tigers were defeated 5-0. The Tiger girls soccer team will end their season with 10 wins and 7 losses and 2 ties. Congrats to our girls soccer team on an outstanding season, and that is all I have for sports.
Before we go, we have some announcements for you. The NHS Blood Drive is happening this Friday here at FHS. It starts 8 and ends at 1 in the auxiliary gym. You must be 17 years old to donate or 16 with parent permission. Make sure you eat before you donate.
The Day of the Dead is soon approaching. The World Cultures Club will host decorating of sugar skulls on Monday, November 1st at 2:16 p.m. in room 2104. Join the Schoology group and like the update to reserve a sugar skull to decorate.
The FHS Writing Center is now open. Stop in the Media Center at the large desk by the windows.
Last but not least, the FHS choirs will perform their fall choir concerts here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. That's going to wrap up this episode of Tiger News. Thanks for joining us here today. We'll leave you today with some scenes of the fall leaves filmed and edited by Jerome Sanborn.
Have a great Tiger Day.